travel with.
Hey fellow humans, Mina here. Welcome back to another drive-in talk. We're back to Korea footage, even though I realized I actually have quite a lot of Vietnam footage left. However, if you heard my announcement last week, or if you didn't, I'm going to re-announce right now. I have a brand new YouTube channel. It is called Drive with Mina. Go give that a follow, like, share, subscribe, all that, whatever it is, to feed the algorithm gods and all that fun stuff. It's all my driving videos from Korea to Vietnam to Indonesia to Japan and all the countries that I'll be going to and all that fun jazz. Plus some random world travels. I'm no longer going to be uploading those here. We have a dedicated channel to it now. So it's basically a travel channel with fancy music video wise. But yeah, go give that a follow if you want to see the rest of the Vietnam footage and footage from all the other travels. Go check that out. So yeah. Anyway, back to this channel. We do book reviews here, and AuthorTube if I ever feel like doing that again, but mostly we're Booktube now. But I am still an author. I did write a book. If you want to check it out, links in the description. It's called South. Highly recommend it. Pride Month's coming up soon, and it's a great book to read for Pride. I highly recommend. But yeah, anyway, we're going to talk about a book today called The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Now, before I get into the book, I'll give a quick little read of the blurb. Lights, camera, lies. 18-year-old Belle has lived her whole life in the shadow of her mom's mysterious disappearance. 16 years ago, Rachel Price vanished and young Belle was the only witness, but she has no memory of it. Rachel is gone and long presumed dead, and Belle wishes everyone would just move on. But the case is dragged up from the past when the Price family agrees to a true crime documentary. Belle can't wait for filming to end, for life to go back to normal, and then the impossible happens. Rachel Price appears, and life will never be normal again. Rachel has an unbelievable story about what happened to her. Unbelievable because Belle isn't sure it's real. If Rachel is lying, then where has she been all this time? And could she be dangerous with the camera still rolling? Belle must uncover the truth about her mother and find out why Rachel Price is really back from the dead. Now, I just want to preface this that this is going to be a rants and raves. So if you want to read this book, but don't want there's probably going to be some spoilers. So come back after you've read it or not. Be spoiled. It's up to you. Anyway, on to my thoughts. First of all, this was looking like a solid 4.5 as it wasn't given a full 5-star read. But because this book gives a shout out to the most obscure place, Dalhousie, not once, but twice, it gets a full 5 from me. I'm actually from New Brunswick. My hometown is only like 15 minutes away from Dalhousie. And Jackson said in the book that Dalhousie barely gets tourists, and she's not wrong. That place doesn't get tourists at all. It's practically a ghost town. No one moves to Dalhousie. They got nothing there except a relatively cool, to me, swimming center. Dalhousie is barely on Canadian maps. Heck, my hometown is barely on Canadian maps, and we only have like 7,000 people. So yeah, I was super happy to see an outsider mention Dalhousie. I'm pretty sure Jackson is British, and this book takes place in America, so hearing Dalhousie it just made me happy. That giant rave had absolutely nothing to do with the book. I just rarely see representation in my home province. So yeah, now the real rants and raves ahead. I love the concept of this book. As usual, Jackson has great premises and always delivers. I did suspect that Belle's dad had something to do with Rachel's disappearance, but I wasn't sure why. To be honest, even once it was revealed he wanted her gone, I don't know why. He wanted her dead in specific. I'm sure it was mentioned, but Jackson did do a Disney villain plot reveal, like, for a whole chapter detailing the whole thing, so maybe it got lost on me during that. I'm glad we got all the details of the where and the why and who's, but did we really need it spoon-fed to us in a giant monologue? Chapters long, by the way. I can't be the only one who felt a little disappointed in the big reveal. I mean, I loved it, but I just didn't like that it was info dumped. Jackson is clever enough to have showed us how it was all done in some other ways, but she still chose Exposition City in the end. It's not bad. I'm just a little disappointed. Also, is it just me, but once Carter learned who her true parents were, she was pretty chill about having them disappear as well. Like, sure, she may have always felt something was off in her family, but she still grew up with them. So when Rachel was like, let's make your mom disappear along with your dad, well, not to go get her Urqua's dad we'll get to her dad in a second. She was like, sure, I'm super cool with this. I'm going to live with you now, stranger. I've only known for a few weeks. And as for the person she thought was her dad, she totally killed him and Belle's dad. Yes, it was kind of self-defense, and she did save Belle and Rachel's life. And yes, she was upset about pushing him off the cliff, but, like, she didn't seem that upset about killing them, and she didn't seem to have any quarrels about it later when the adrenaline wore off. Jeff was, until that night, her dad, who she loved, and Charlie was her uncle, who she also loved. And now Carter is like, well, they did bad, so I guess it's okay. I don't know, trauma hits us all differently, but I still feel like Carter was pretty nonchalant about the whole thing. As for our main character, Belle, she was a dick to everyone for no reason. I think I read somewhere that Jackson made her that way on purpose, and that's fine. We don't have to like our MCs to root for them and enjoy the story. Yes, Belle was an asshole to everyone, but she was still an engaging character to read, so it didn't turn me off. I do think her kleptomania wasn't fully explored. However, Belle would steal the most random things, and I kept thinking it would have a major impact on the story, but it kind of didn't. I mean, it did, but it was minor at best. She could have easily discovered these things she needed to know by her snooping rather than randomly nicking things. I did think it was cool to have a character with kleptomania, but I think it was underutilized. Now, in regards to the film crew, I liked them, but the story didn't need them all. Ash could have easily been Belle's friend, who she's asked to film everything for the evidence for the police. As it stands, the only reason for the film crew is the story, making it seem like they were in film crew is for Ash to be around for Belle, and the film crew really seemed to serve no purpose, despite the synopsis making it seem like they're a big integral part of the story. Hell, at the start of the book, it shows us the IMDb page for everyone on the crew, but I only remember Ramsey and Ash. I can't recall a single name or purpose of the rest of the crew. All in all, I still really think this is a great story. I enjoyed it. I'm usually not a fan of self-sleuths, amateur sleuths, or as you call them, and I usually don't think authors pull them off as really well, but Jackson always has been the exception, especially with the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Also, this was just a really cool story, and I love seeing how it all came together in the end. Some of the twists were obvious, and some, to me, weren't. And I love that. If you loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Five Survive, or basically all of Jackson's other books, I believe you'll enjoy this one as well. How about you guys, my fellow humans? Have you read any of Holly Jackson's previous books? And have you read this latest one? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts on amateur sleuthing, because I've read a few books where that's the case, and authors just, I don't know, it's just more the character happens to be in the right place at the right time rather than them actually finding anything out, where I feel in Jackson's case, she actually does it right, especially in Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. But yeah, anywho, that's all I gotta say for now. If you want to keep hearing more about stuff, be sure to follow me on all your favorite socials. Links below. Don't forget to follow my new channel, Drive With Me. Link in the description. And yeah, stay safe and take care. Bye!